3 American service members are dead. Iranian missiles are hitting civilian infrastructure. Airports, hotels, and military bases across the Middle East are now in the crossfire. After coordinated strikes by the United States and Israel inside Iran, Tehran has responded, and the conflict is no longer contained. The question now is not whether this is escalating, it's how far this will go. Welcome back to Crisis Cast. Tonight we're breaking down the rapidly unfolding confrontation between the United States, Israel, and Iran, and why the latest developments could mark a dangerous turning point for the entire region. What started this round of escalation? According to reports, the United States and Israel carried out coordinated strikes targeting high-level Iranian military and security leadership. Sources indicate the targets included senior commanders within the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, the IRGC, and infrastructure linked to Iran's Strategic Command. Shortly after, U.S. Central Command confirmed that 3 American service members were killed in retaliatory attacks on a U.S. base in the region. 5 more were seriously wounded. This marked the first confirmed American fatalities in this latest round of conflict. And that changed everything. Iran's response and the civilian impact. Iran responded swiftly. Missiles and drones were launched not just toward military installations, but impacts have been reported in civilian areas across Gulf states. Airports in major international hubs like Dubai and Abu Dhabi faced disruptions following strikes and debris from interceptions. Hotels, transportation infrastructure, and urban areas have been affected, raising alarm across the region. Iran insists it is targeting military assets and U.S. interests, but regional authorities say civilian zones have been struck, whether directly targeted or hit as collateral damage. And this is where the situation becomes especially dangerous. Because once civilian infrastructure is involved, the political pressure multiplies. The strategic message. Iran's response appears calibrated, but forceful. By expanding strikes beyond a single battlefield, Tehran may be signaling that any direct attack on its leadership will not remain isolated. There are also growing concerns about the Strait of Hormuz, one of the world's most critical oil transit choke points. Iran has previously threatened to disrupt shipping there. If that happens, global energy markets could spike overnight. Oil prices are already reacting to instability, and economic pressure is part of the strategic equation. Why? This could escalate further. There are 3 major risk factors now. First, U.S. retaliation. With confirmed American casualties, pressure is mounting in Washington for a strong response. Second, regional spillover. Missile exchanges affecting Gulf nations risk pulling more countries directly into the conflict. Third, miscalculation. In fast-moving military confrontations, a single strike hitting the wrong target can trigger a chain reaction no one fully controls. Both sides appear to be walking a line between deterrence and all-out war. But that line is getting thinner. What happens next? There are 3 possible scenarios. Scenario 1, controlled escalation. Limited strikes continue, but both sides avoid hitting symbolic or strategic red lines. Scenario 2, regional war. If Gulf states become directly involved, or if shipping lanes are disrupted, this could transform into a multi-front conflict. Scenario 3, back-channel diplomacy. Historically, even at peak tension, indirect communication channels often remain open. Quiet diplomacy could de-escalate the situation. Right now, we are in a critical window. The next 48 to 72 hours may determine which path this crisis takes. The bigger picture. This isn't just about missiles. It's about deterrence. It's about influence in the Middle East. And it's about how far major powers are willing to go to defend credibility. When civilian areas start getting hit, intentionally or not, the stakes rise dramatically. Because public opinion shifts, markets react, allies reconsider their positions, and conflicts that were once contained begin to expand. The Middle East is once again on edge. American casualties, Iranian retaliation, civilian infrastructure caught in the middle. The question now is simple, but critical. Is this a limited exchange, or the beginning of something much bigger? We'll continue tracking every development. If you want clear, direct breakdowns without the noise, subscribe to Crisis Cast. Stay informed, stay prepared, and we'll see you in the next update.